Okay, so I want to show you the sketchbook that I like to carry around with me for every day. I always have it on me, and also what kind of pens I use. So what I'm carrying around every day is a little bag like this that's got my phone and my wallets in here. And back here, I've got room for a couple of pens and one of these notebooks. So it has to be something really skinny like this that just fits, and it's always on me, and I always have something to draw with. For that, I like this brand. It's Traveler's Notebook, and it's their sketch paper, which is a little bit heavier paper than what you might get in you might be super familiar with these moleskin pocket notebooks. They sell them everywhere. They're cheap, they're great for writing on, but what they're not great for is drawing. So you can see here, I just was drawing with like a ballpoint pen. It bleeds through. So any kind of even just light pen drawing, you're going to get a lot of bleed through here, which means that you really can't use every page. So like, sure, it's cheaper and that's nice, but you're leaving a lot of pages blank. So instead, I found this. Let me show you what this looks like and what I use it for. So I'm drawing with a few different pens. I might have one of these Tombow Fudenosuke brush pens, which I love. I might have a Pentel brush sign pen, also great, not waterproof, as we're about to see. I might carry one in a different color. And then I also really love this Faber-Castell Pitt Artist pen, and it's a Fude nib, medium. And sometimes I'm carrying around a gray marker to do some shading, but I'm only carrying one or two of these with me at a time. So let's just look at some. So I'm on a trip. I'm doing a lot of walking. You can see here I was drawing with this pen, which is not waterproof, and it started to rain, and you can see how it smudged. But anyway, I'm doing a lot of walking. I don't want to carry anything at all that's going to weigh me down because we're walking through the Lake District. It's a lot of hills, it's a lot of miles every day, but this is something I've always got on me. If I wasn't carrying that bag, this could fit in any kind of pocket. There would be room for this. I had pre-painted some pages here so that there's just a little spots of random color. That's just something I like to do, so I pre-paint them with watercolor and then I draw on top. And this paper is just thick enough that it doesn't bleed through with ink and even light watercolor washes. And it's a smooth paper, which makes it nice for these kind of markers or drawing pens. Would also be great for a pencil, if that's what you carry with you. And this is just something where, I mean, here I'm walking, I'm in a march. So there's like, I'm actually doing this while I'm walking. Anyway, so I love this notebook for this kind of work, but let me just show you a couple other ways I use it and a couple of other options. So this is a Stillman Birn pocket-sized notebook, also 3 by 5. They make a lot of different kind of papers, which is cool, so you have choices. This is a watercolor paper, it's their alpha paper. I really love their Zeta paper, which is super smooth, great for markers like this or pencils. So a notebook like this is 52 pages or 104 if you want to count each side, and it's $15 roughly. These are 15 pages or 32 sides of a page, which is kind of a good number if you want to think about like a little pocket monthly journal, and they cost $5 or $6. So I'm just going to give you some other ideas of how you can use these. In this one, I just sort of made a little project of sort of carrying something different every day. So like 2 random colors of markers. I was at the beach, so I took my watercolors. Sometimes I'll just have a couple of colored pencils with me, just random colors, or like a gray marker and a blue marker, or just a pencil and one, so when I leave at the beginning of the day, I don't really know where I'm going or what I might do. Sometimes I come home later and add something, like I wanted this hot pink color that they use, the sign at this bar uses, so I just waited till I got home to add that. So sometimes I will add a color later. Just a pocket brush pen, like a Pentel pocket brush pen one day. So you can see how you could take different colors with you out every day and find something to draw. This is one of those crazy pencils that has a whole bunch of different rainbow colors all in one lead. Those are fun to draw with. But again, I'm only ever taking 1 or 2 drawing tools with me and trying to sort of make all this happen with them. Now, sometimes also when I'm traveling, I'll just give you another example of when I use these kind of Pentel brush sign pens, which I think are really terrific. So a lot of days, maybe I just had a black one with me, but you'll see sometimes I take a gray one and black, so I can do 2 things. Or here I use this gold, and then I worked in a little brown. So in every case, it's just whatever color I happen to have with me that day. And this was a trip I took where I was also just on the go a lot. I didn't really have time to carry around a lot of art supplies, but I knew if I had this with me, I'd do something. And of course, a lot of times there's notes and just lists and random things and grocery lists or whatever in here too. I'm just showing you kind of the prettier one. But that'll give you sort of an idea. And then I also want to show you something about pre-painting pages. So when I pre-paint pages, what that means is that I get out some watercolors, but of course you could use Tombow markers or something else. In my case, I get out watercolors and I just kind of randomly do some shapes. Doesn't really matter what the color is, here's just some paint splatters. I don't yet know what I'm going to draw on these. Sometimes I make them kind of geometric. Other times, like here, I'm vaguely thinking about land or ground, and so maybe that's going to end up being a landscape. And sometimes I'll shop around. So I'll flip through the book and I'll find one that I think kind of matches up with what I'm about to draw. So I might fill this book out of order, just depending on which page I feel like drawing on. So they can end up being out of order, or I can just take luck of the draw and just whatever is on that page, that's what I'm going to draw on top. So these I did all with watercolor. So this is the next notebook that I'm going to be filling up. But sometimes, like with this one, this one, hold on. There's a little bit of just other random drawings here. With this one, I only did every other page. So here I put down some pink, and then I left this page blank. And then on this one, I just did that one yellow circle, and then I left a page blank. So I wanted to give myself blank pages in case I just didn't like the use of color, but ultimately I decided I really like the color. So, I think this actually looks pretty cool. So, probably in most of these, I am going to go ahead and put some kind of paint on every page. And you can see how, like this one, I actually had a little tiny bit of green, but when I came home, I just added a little more color to it. So anyway, just some different ideas to use these notebooks, but I really recommend, give this a try, find something that you like, and carry it around with you, and just pick a couple of pens, 1 or 2, take them with you every day, swap them out from time to time when you want a little more variety, and make it really easy on yourself to be able to draw wherever you happen to be. If you're enjoying this, I hope you'll give it a like and a subscribe, but I also wanted to let you know that the full version of this and a bunch of other things I post on YouTube is all available to my newsletter subscribers. So if you sign up, you get something new every week where we do the full version with a lot more detail, videos, art supplies. We also do live Zooms together, all kinds of stuff. So there's the address, and check that out too if you're interested.